Hi everyone! Welcome to Texan in Tokyo with Grace. And I guess my husband's not talking today. I don't really know what he ever does until we actually sit down at the camera, and then it's just like anything goes. So today we are going to talk about surprisingly expensive things in Japan. And if you have other surprisingly expensive things in Japan, please leave that in the comment section because I am curious about what other people find expensive and stuff like that. Are you gonna be miming this whole video?
No, I was.
Oh,
I thought you
speak.
jinxed me.
You do speak. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So first thing is fruit. That fruit is freakishly expensive in Japan. And
美味しいよ。
like paying $3 or $4 for a single peach, or always like $1 per apple. And even bananas and oranges and watermelon, like small watermelon, paying $10 or $15 for something that size. It's absolutely delicious, and it goes through rigorous screening to make sure that you know, it's high quality and it doesn't have any problems or bruises, and they don't use a bunch of like chemicals, but it's also really expensive. So
watermelons.
Watermelon,
Lemon.
especially
Yeah.
peaches and oranges, and just it's expensive.
全然違う。
Very
確かに。
And I'm not even talking about like the square watermelons or anything like that, like just regular size watermelon. Number 2 is train tickets. And
I'm on a train right now. You keep going.
I confess I don't actually know how much train tickets are supposed to cost because we don't really have trains in Texas aside from like the Amtrak that does the long distance stuff. For instance, us getting to Tokyo, it's about a $20 round trip ticket. And even if when we lived in Tokyo, like in West Tokyo, getting to the other side of Tokyo can be $8 or $9 each way. And then you're transferring lines, and buses are usually at least $2 per way to get on. And so it just adds up very quickly. Number 3, I guess, is omiyage. And omiyage are like souvenirs. And so Japan has this really big like omiyage culture that when you go on vacation, you have to buy these like edible souvenirs, so crackers and cakes and things like that, and they're individually packaged, and then you have to get them to your coworkers or your family or your friends, and like if you don't bring omiyage, you're in the doghouse, and like your coworkers will get mad at you and stuff.
This is our boss.
It's our boss,
by the way. Yeah.
So just omiyage in general, and so you'll pay like $8 for like 10 crackers that are they're delicious, and I love receiving them. I just hate giving them to people, and it does add up if you have to buy like 10 people omiyage.
That's true. Yeah.
Number 4 is just the culture in general. That it's not. It kind of relates to the omiyage thing.
Like what kind of culture?
He doesn't know what I'm talking about in this. So, for instance, in Japan, when you go to a wedding, you have to give the bridegroom $300 or $500, unless you're like a student or obviously unemployed, and then you can get away just giving them $100. But it's really expensive. So like when we went to a wedding together, we had to pay $500, and I was just like, I don't even know these people. Why are we giving them this much money? Like, I'm at the age where everybody's getting married too, so that's like 4 weddings a year, $300 a pop. That's $1,200.
Yep.
I don't have that kind of money.
Pretty much.
Funerals in Japan, when you go to someone's funeral, you also give them money, but then it can't be a new bill because then you're like expecting them to die or something. So you have to give them an old bill. You have to give kids money on New Year's. It's just, there's all these instances when you have to give people money.
That's true. That's why we like, at least I like to pretend to be cute, but you know, around New Year's, and then like I beg my parents like, I'm still young.
Give me money.
お父さん、お母さん give me money. お年玉, please.
I know, you do that every year. It's really embarrassing.
His
parents always do give us money though, so that is nice. But I mean, he has several nieces and nephews, so now we're gonna have to start giving them money, and I'm just like,
No, that's not gonna happen. Like,
money.
Yeah, they keep telling me like, oh, give me money. Like, no, I'm still
hugs.
kid too. No, I'm a kid too. You give me money. And they're like, no, you're old. I'm like, no, language, honey.
They call you little like おじいちゃん.
Oh, and the language.
りょうすけおじいちゃん。りょうすけおじいちゃん。
ダメ、おじいちゃん is like this.
おじいちゃん。5. Movie theaters, movies in general, the film industry in Japan. One of the things that's really cool about Japan is it does have a thriving rental movie business. Like there's Tsutaya and Geo and a bunch of other stores. Geo, where you go and you can rent. Like we rented Sherlock recently and watched the whole thing because you know he needed to watch it. We just went through all the Harry Potter movies, tons and tons of movies, and it's all legal and it's really nice. Movie theaters in general in Japan are
more expensive.
1,500 yen, 1,800 yen per person, so about $15 to $18 per person per ticket, and people like still go. And so, just to me, movies are really expensive. And so, I mean, it does add up. Do you have anything to add?
Nope.
Okay.
アルコール
Alcohol.
アルコールぐらいかな。そしたら。
確かにね。
で難しいんだよね、アルコールはね。Like, alcohol is generally expensive, but
kind of where we
I think, yeah, I mean, when I compare to America, beers are more expensive in Japan.
That is true. Yeah, even domestic beers. I'm not just talking about imports. Other things that are expensive. Cars. Owning a car is really expensive in Japan. You have shakken, which like every 2 years,
2 years,ね、確か
they completely take apart your car and you have to pay like car tax every year, and then the shakken can be a couple $1,000 sometimes.
Yeah, わかんない。
2,000 or 3,000. Oh, we don't know because we don't have a car. Our friends complain about it. And
gas
is really expensive. Parking is so expensive. Our old apartment is $300 a month, and that's not even the most expensive. Like, toll roads. In Japan, highways are pretty much always toll roads. Like, it's very rare to find a highway that's not a toll road, and then a toll it's like $5 or $10 just to go through. So that's really expensive. Getting a license in Japan is really expensive.
高えな。
He had to, so you have to usually go to driving school first because just trying to go and get it right away, they sometimes won't pass you.
2,000 ぐらい at least, yeah.
So yours was, it was a 2-week long camp?
2 weeks camp.
He had to like stay at this building for 2 weeks and take driving things every day. It was a really intense one and it was about $2,000.
Yeah.
Or you can take it over like a 6-month period, but still at $2,000. I have friends who tried, like who have licenses in America and other countries who tried to get their Japanese license, and they've said that a lot of the time there's really arbitrary rules that you learn about in driving school, and so you can try to take your test, but you won't necessarily get passed because they want you to take the driving school, and so you might have to take it 5 or 6 times, and then usually after like 6 times they'll just go ahead and pass you. But needless to say, I do not have a license here. Last but not least, bottled water.
water 高いね。確かに。
You definitely have that problem.
高いっつベンディングマシンとかだったら、I guess same about like $1.
同じくらい。
だけど、ケースとかで買ったら高いね。
When he was studying abroad in America, he didn't do filtered water, so he always bought the cases of bottled water.
All
and
Japanese.
He was surprised. Well, yeah, all the Japanese kids did that. But he would buy the cases and he was surprised by how cheap it was. Where in Japan, it's a lot more expensive to buy bottled water.
高いね。
So basically.
Last thing. I think I am expensive. Like, you know, I work out. I'm expensive. Yeah. I'm expensive. Yeah. I only have, I've got only 4 minutes.
I lost my number. Can I have yours?
Nope.
Alright, so those are our list of 9 things. Okay, sorry, 10 things that are more expensive in Japan, or surprisingly expensive things in Japan, let's call it.
I guess I'm expensive everywhere, but okay.
Yeah. Cool. So, thanks for watching, as always.
ありがとう。Expensive りょうちゃん。
And then we're gonna do a video soon about surprisingly cheap things in Japan. And so look forward to that.
Vice versa, too. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Expensive. Like sounds like one of spell that Harry Potter uses. Expensive.
The Expelliarmus spell?
Yeah, expensive.
Snape. Severus Snape. Dumbledore. Sorry.
Sorry, Grace.